Rescuer found a puppy in the grass by the roadside. Puppy was found in a critical, unresponsive state, requiring immediate medical intervention. Examination confirmed it had parvovirus and heart failure. The eyes were also damaged, and it still could not stand on its own. Rescuer took it on the road to seek further treatment. Rescuer prepared a cardboard box to take it away from the scene. For safety, she first put on protective gloves. She first drove away the flies swarming around the puppy. Puppy was weak and showed minimal response. Rescuer carefully placed it into the box and took it to the hospital. It looked very weak and barely had the strength to respond. Rescuer immediately took it away to seek professional medical help. He soon arrived at the clinic, but the outlook was not optimistic. Vet thought it would be hard to save, but the rescuer decided to try again. Eyes had even appeared on its body, meaning it had been sick for a long time. Condition was very bad, and the rescuer knew the chances were slim. It was already too weak to move at all. Rescuer decided to start a detailed examination immediately. Eyes had even appeared on its body, indicating it had been sick for a long time. Its heartbeat was now very faint. Vet found that its eyes also had a severe infection. Current approach could only be to try medication first. Vet determined that this was not caused by a car accident. Nevertheless, it seemed to have a will to survive. Examination revealed that its eyeballs had begun to sink in. Final diagnosis was severe heart failure. Besides heart failure, it was also diagnosed with parvovirus. Rescuer kept encouraging it, hoping it could pull through. Vet found signs of a parasitic infection deep in its fur. Even its mouth was cleaned as part of the parasite treatment. After initial treatment, it seemed to regain a little strength. Next came intensive intravenous fluid therapy, but this was only the beginning. Surprisingly, it began to eat on its own. Its awareness seemed much clearer. Rescuer fed it some liquid food, and it cooperated well. Rescuer began to clean the dirt off its body. During the cleaning, a new problem emerged. It was suffering from a severe parasitic skin infection. Its strength recovered quickly, and it could already try to push itself up. Rescuer decided to move it to a more suitable environment. Rescuer decided to move it to a safer place. Temporary shelter had been found. Next, it needed a quiet environment to rest. Rescuer settled it down and planned to feed it later. Rescuer named it Godan, hoping it would live on strongly. But initial examination found that one of its eyes was severely damaged. Rescuer tried to guide it to practice standing. Although its body was still weak, it was trying to respond. Finally, it was able to sit up steadily on its own. However, the eye infection looked worse than expected. Rescuer decided to take it back to the clinic for the vet to handle. Vet took over the follow-up cleaning work. Examination confirmed that its vision had not been completely lost yet. Rescuer took it out of the clinic. Eye treatment was done, and now it was time to take it home. Rescuer began to feed it glucose to replenish its energy. As long as it was willing to eat, there was hope for survival. It began to lick actively, a good sign. Next, the rescuer tried to feed it a small amount of wet food. It really started to eat. Amazingly, it even tried to stand up. Though it could barely stand, its limbs were still very weak. By the next day, its mental state had improved significantly. Treatment would continue. Could it make a full recovery? Rescuer decided to give it everything and stay with it through this ordeal. On the second day, the rescuer took it to the hospital for a follow-up. The puppy's stool color was abnormal, which complicated the situation again. Rescuer immediately contacted the vet to ask if this was normal. Treatment continued, and the rescuer took it for another 4 infusion. But when the rescuer returned to the room, she found the puppy was not in its original spot. It had regained some strength and could even move around on its own. Its physical condition had improved markedly, and it felt stronger when held. Rescuer prepared to take it for a new round of medication. This time, its mental state looked much better than before. Rescuer took it for a follow-up visit, and its mental state had clearly improved. This time, it needed more systematic drug treatment. Its elimination was starting to return to normal, a good sign. Compared to when it was first found, its vitality was gradually returning. Vet carefully cleaned its eyes, and the inflammation had reduced a lot. This continued progress gave everyone hope for recovery. To work commitments, the rescuer decided to leave it at the clinic for 4 observation. Today's treatment regimen was still heavy. It needed to finish 3 bags of 4 fluids. Medication put it into deep sleep, which was crucial for recovery. Its metabolism was also improving, and it had urinated that morning. While cleaning its body, the rescuer discovered a previously overlooked issue. Signs Signs of a parasitic infection had appeared at the wound. Despite previous cleaning, residual signs of infection were still present. Rescuer had to treat the parasitic infection immediately to prevent it from worsening. Rescuer began to clean the affected areas and dirt from its face. Began to struggle with some strength, a good sign. Cleaning was finally over, and it looked much more relaxed. Rescuer tried to guide it to stand again. Its limbs were still trembling, but it finally stood firm. Next, it showed a strong desire to eat. Rescuer continued to apply medication to its eyes to prevent the infection from spreading. Basic treatment was temporarily over, and it could finally leave the clinic. Its elimination began to improve, indicating that its body was recovering. It could now stand independently, and the rescue had achieved a milestone success.